Yo, it's your guy Ben Duran, the illest film reviewer and fan in the galaxy, back again with Star Wars Sunday with my guy
SM Young, back from Florida.
This motherfucker, man. This motherfucker went to Florida, fucking came back with holiday weight. I came back with holiday and more holiday weight. I don't know. I was thinking of some other shit to say. But we going to be kicking it off with some Star Wars today. we going to kick it off with fucking
Mandalorian.
Mando.
And then?
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, he did his review of Rise of Skywalker, but he cut me out on that. But I'll let it slide.
Hey,
told
man,
him to. I told him.
It was a quick little review because I was mad. I'm not going to fraud, but we're going to talk about that later because we're going to hit this Mando first. I want to talk about something I like. If I shit on some shit.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Bruh. I've been telling niggas all week, bro. It's only 3 shows that I've been watching. That is Watchmen. I'm trying to think of the other shows.
Witcher?
Watchmen, Witcher, thank you. And Mandalorian, dog.
Yeah.
This shit, man, dog, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, to be completely honest, fucked with the episodes and everything, but it's like I felt like there wasn't a cohesive, consistent story besides the baby, and they never really touched on it. I would have liked to have seen more, but they just gave me everything I wanted with this episode. Like, seeing Quill die in the previous one, because I don't think we reviewed the previous episode.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, that episode was like really good. Like, especially, like, I don't know, man. It just reminded me a lot of episode 3, especially like, and then when it continued in the episode 8, like the shootout, bro. That was the best part.
Well,
was the shootout.
You know, that death actually kind of brought out. You ever seen the original Mad Max, the first one?
Yeah, when the family got
when his family's being chased down in the car, and you don't know if all you see is their shoe fly, and then that's how I felt with my boy Nick Nolte's character. You know, I felt like, dude, like there's a possibility he's alive, but then this episode really closed that off, and I'm kind of sad because he was a really great character.
So, like, is his body just lying in the desert?
Well, they buried him.
I didn't see. I be missing shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
I could have sworn they just left that nigga there.
Yeah, they had his goggles and his hat on top of a mound of dirt.
Ah, got you. Okay.
Maybe buried right next to the Rise of Skywalker's lightsabers. Hope not.
or Shmi Skywalker.
Oh, that'd be crazy. All right. So, what else about this episode really had you like, damn, this was a good season? Darksaber? Was it Darksaber?
Darksaber.
I like the themes that they're covering with these stories, man. I've talked about it so many times. You know, I like recovering stuff because I feel like it just keeps getting better, like a fine aged wine. But you know, with the like the whole heist, and then we moved on to like, you know, bounty hunting, and then now it was kind of like an escape story. You know, they were trapped. It was almost like watching the cops surround bank robbers.
Facts though, yeah.
Yeah.
But my thing is, or like, all right, in Red Dead, when you like kill somebody, I usually run into the saloon and shit, and they we got you surrounded on all sides. And that's what it felt like. The man was like, fuck. But nah, it was like, yo, this nigga Favreau was like, all right, bet. This nigga got the jetpack. He just took out a TIE fighter with that shit. Bet, crescendo. End of the episode. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Come out with the Darksaber. I'm like, this nigga got a Darksaber, bro. And I'm like, all right. So last time we saw that shit, Maul had that shit.
No, it was actually Sabine. Sabine had it.
Sabine, I keep saying Sabine.
And it was cool because they nodded towards Death Watch. Death Watch is the one who saved him. You know, that was awesome. I was like, dude, I saw the Death Watch patch on his shoulder. So we have to find out if Grand Moff Gideon, or Moff Gideon, is it Grand Moff or Moff?
It might be. I think it's Moff Gideon. Yeah.
So we have to, because he was the overseer kind of like of Mandalore. We got to find out if he took out House Vizsla. That's the biggest speculation that I'm trying to find out. You know, if
so, you think he might have killed Sabine?
Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are on that, because in the comments. Because, you know, we don't know. Well, Sabine definitely is out looking for Ezra because that's her boo thing.
Very true.
But
see, I'm just mad they never even. I get it's a kid show and you can't be showing shit, but y'all niggas show fucking Hera with children at the end of the series. How the fuck did she get children?
let's not find out.
Man, look, man, you just gotta fuck Twi'leks sometimes, bro. That's all it is.
Bro, Twi'leks are the prostitutes of the galaxy.
Facts, they are though.
Shout out to the Twi'leks.
This nigga Jabba straight up killed the Twi'lek because like she wouldn't fuck this nigga. Bro, straight up the Jedi, bro.
Yeah,
this
bro.
nigga...
She literally got pulled down. Like I'm sorry, but that's a waste of a person looking good in Twi'leks. So.
Yeah.
But
that Twi'lek from fucking Mando's ugly as shit though.
Oh yeah, let's not talk about her. Don't bring about. That's probably what we're worse.
I hope Mando didn't hit that, and if he did, I hope he was wearing a rubber.
He was wearing a helmet.
That's enough protection I need.
Yeah. So another thing I'd like to bring up is that they brought the Flame Trooper back from Force Unleashed, the style of the armor, which we haven't seen since then. So thank you.
So it's canon now, then.
Yeah, it's now canon that style of the armor.
Because unfortunately, Force Unleashed isn't canon yet, I guess.
Yeah, but that's kind of a good thing because if I saw some dude literally shifting around a planet and then curling up in a ball and then just, I would kind of be very worried about the Jedi and all that because, you know.
I just wish they would do Star Killer in some form of sense.
Yeah,
like,
Star, honestly, I would actually like him, dude, put Sam Witwer.
You think he could pull it off live action?
Yeah, dude, I think he could. Dude, I've like when I watched
because I know he was in Supergirl. I know he was in.
He was in Supergirl, but he was also it was called Being Human. It was there's a UK version and a US version.
Was it the one where it's like a vampire,
a werewolf and a ghost, and they live in
the
the same house? And I like Sam Witwer in that. He was actually that was my first thing that I got put on with Sam Witwer.
I saw an episode of that shit and it looked kind of funny. I'm not going for.
But that's what it is. You know, it's not for most. Like I watched that.
Not like in a good way. Like
yeah,
like a fucking ghost, werewolf, and all them niggas living together.
Well, that's what it is. It's like almost like a bar joke. Like I'm like, yo, like.
Speaking of bar, all right, it's Star Wars. It's not gonna bring up Watchmen.
Yeah.
One of the episodes is literally called "A God Walks in the Bar," and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, all right.
That shit was hard.
So, another thing I liked about it is that they, you know, more cameos with the Death Troopers. Dude, when in the previous episode, you know, when they just lit up that entire room, dude, I was like, yo, who is that? I kind of thought it was the Mandalorians. But then we figured out in this episode that they're all wiped out. You know, the only person left and is a badass is the Armorer. Mm-hmm. Dude, the Armorer is so dope. Like, honestly, that's a character I would love to see again. Bring the Armorer.
She kind of reminds me of a better Maz Kanata a little bit.
She kind of reminds me of Shay Vizsla from the Old Republic. You know, the helmet style, you know, the combat. You know, she's definitely somebody that's not going to turn down. And if she had a chance, I think she would ally with herself with the Sith if they were still around. To be honest. Yeah, I feel like, you know, just the way that, you know,
she
her
talked
code,
about the Jedi.
Yeah, well, not just that, is that, you know, she also seemed like her allegiance was just to Mandalore. And another thing is that, you know, if Legends canon, well, considering with spoilers, right? Well, not even really spoilers, with the Rise of Skywalker, you know, saying that Darth Revan and all that, you know, were alive. That all
so Revan's canon now.
Revan is canon, you know, and they actually added in a couple of other Sith that weren't even considered canon. They were just something that they made up. And others that showed up in The Force Unleashed. In Rise of Sky, yeah. So it's weird. It's weird, yeah. The name, because Proxy would take on the form of other people, so Galen Merrick could fight them. And there was like two Sith Lords that he kind of like, you know, projected, and one of them, two of them were ones that showed up in the book. Well, the I forget what they're called. The book with all the information about the
fucking encyclopedia shit.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting stuff that's canon that I kind of, you know, wonder how it's going to fit in, like, you know, with these characters, and I hope that, you know, I don't know where I was going with that. I really don't. I started shooting I was like, oh, we're not talking about the Rise of Skywalker. Why am I talking about the Rise of Skywalker?
I guess we're going to talk about the Rise of Skywalker now.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
What were you about to say?
I was actually about to say, now I know why I was talking about that, was because of the armor and, you know, allegiance. Well, with Mandalore being, you know, attacked by the Jedi, the Republic, and that war, I feel like, you know, the Armorer would be that type of person that would ally herself with the Sith to go against the Empire.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, Republic. Well, Rise of Skywalker time.
It's just ass. It wasn't ass. I'll let you start off.
All right, so my first impressions. I was torn. I was torn on it. It was a deep thinker for me. It wasn't like, it wasn't that the whole entire thing was kind of like a mystery to me or anything like that type of torn. I feel like I was kind of torn from the light side, liking the movie, or the dark side, the bad of the movie.
Balance.
It was kind of like a Grey Jedi movie. But I don't know. It's just like I feel like the beginning was too fast.
The pacing was trash.
Yeah, the pacing was so off. It felt like
the Batman versus Superman theatrical version.
Well, I felt like the good parts were going too fast, and the bad parts were being like the whole the dude that was helping C-3PO get his memory back about how to translate. I was like, this is taking way too long than it has to. I was like, you guys are just carrying it on. And the whole I feel like there was just so many parts. Like I wanted to see more of the battle on Mustafar in the beginning. Like that would have been so dope. Like and like all the other stuff that I wanted to see more of Rey's training. Maybe something that we haven't. Maybe she went through another to another Jedi temple and went through. Now a lot of people are kind of like, how the hell are they doing the whole entire let me teleport stuff from one person to another?
That's actually something I liked. I thought that shit was cool.
Yeah. So my speculation is that, remember when Ezra went through the area where the time would not even, it was basically a world between worlds. I feel like them together, they were able to kind of make that happen. They were able to, teleport stuff between worlds because they were,
because of the Force.
Because of the Force, yeah. And, it's something we haven't seen before. I would have liked that. I would have liked, I feel like there's so many unanswered questions that needed to be answered. Snoke's answering trash, dude. I feel like it could have been handled better. Snoke would have been an amazing villain on his own. They didn't have to have Palpatine create him. I kind of didn't like that at all. Well, I didn't like that at all. I'm just going to say that flat out because it's nothing that I wanted to see. Like, I don't want to see clones, man. I want, maybe if Palpatine was being cloned, I would understand that, and maybe Snoke was helping him, come back. Here the entire time Snoke was Plagueis. That would have been awesome, and Plagueis was like, I'll give my apprentice one more chance. And, because Plagueis and Tenebris were two Sith that mostly worried about the science of the Force. Mm-hmm. The Metachlorians, it's, apparently where it came from, where they, they worried more about that.
Magic bacteria.
And
the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's herpes. I'm sorry.
Oh, whoa. Herpes.
Space herpes.
Yeah, surprise! Herpes in a trailer park.
I wonder what a Star Wars trailer park looks like.
I don't want to know. Twi'leks, herpes, death sticks.
You don't want to buy death sticks.
Yeah.
Don't sell death sticks. Yo, what if Obi-Wan, like in the Obi-Wan series, like he's like so depressed and shit, like he resorts to like doing death sticks. You just see him in his hut fiending for death sticks. Like, I need death sticks.
Well, Cade Skywalker did that. Cade Skywalker did death sticks to cut out Luke Skywalker from his Force visions. He came to him as a Force ghost, and he's like, Luke's like, why are you smoking those things? He's like, so you can get out of my head. And it was pretty cool. I want to see a Cade Skywalker. I want to see. I actually, if they do another trilogy,
too late. They killed them all off.
From what we know, there's still spaces in between. I hope that there's a Mara Jade.
Who gonna smash Rey?
The Force.
Because that's the only one that would want her.
Yeah. Like you're setting up my boy Finn.
This nigga Finn, he said, "Fuck her, dog." He found him his bitch, man.
That's what it is, man. I hope that because they killed off Ben Solo, they should have never killed off Ben Solo
At all.
I feel like they had so much potential with that character. He was probably my favorite in the entire damn trilogy, man.
Him and Poe for me.
Yeah, Poe, and I actually liked Finn a little bit. Finn was feeling like he was doing most of the good stuff, that was actually meaningful.
Yeah.
Now, the whole Rose Tico showing up, and I kind of still don't like Rose Tico. I don't know why they put her in the movie again. But I'm gonna say
notice she had very little lines.
Yeah.
They didn't even address anything from Last Jedi between them at all.
Good.
It was just kind of like they said, "Nah, nigga."
Yeah, and Ryan and J.J. Abrams was like, "Well, I don't got any beef with Ryan Johnson." Come on, dude.
Come on, nigga. You put a middle finger up to his movie, your whole movie, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
now I could see where he was trying to make it work, and you had to retcon some stuff, but a lot of stuff I felt like, dude, you built a wall. You did a Trump, and you
build that wall.
Yeah,
build that wall.
So, and covering the ending,
whack.
Yeah, I didn't. The whole kiss and stuff like that. Like, I kind of
out of fucking nowhere, bro.
Out of nowhere, yeah. And another thing that was weird because with the Vader comics, where he was the Force, like where he was the embodiment of the Force, going through all these visions that he was seeing, and he saw Palpatine reaching over over Shmi Skywalker's stomach, and literally looked like he was manipulating the Force. And then after everybody was like, "Yo, Kylo just kissed his cousin," everybody was like. Disney was like scrambling their papers, all their phones were ringing. They were like, "Oh, we got to tell the people that was just something that Vader created in his head." I was like, "All right, well now it's just even more weird because now we don't know who Anakin's father is again."
Wait, so they uncanonized that again?
Well, they said that it was something that was in So basically they uncanonized it.
That's fucking retarded, bro.
Because
taking something that's dope from Star Wars away because of Rey.
Yeah, because
the Force Rey into being a good character, which she's not.
Yeah, I actually liked Rey in this one more than anything. I actually I feel like this was her best part. Force Awakens was kind of okay. Last Jedi garbage. And this one, I feel like they at least tried to scramble her to make it. Her not too powerful, which I kind of liked because it's like for you to be a Jedi, you don't have to be super powerful. You don't have to be. That's why even shout out to the kid who risked his life to save his classmates. He became a Jedi now. And I'm glad that they did that because he did an honorable act.
Wait, what guy?
I forget his name. Here, I'll look it up. And they put him in canon. And
wait, it's a real life thing?
It's a real life kid.
Okay, gotcha.
And he actually, they made him into a Jedi in canon, and he was a historian in the Jedi Temple. And it just shows that everybody wants to be a Jedi. Nobody wants to be that overpowered Jedi. That's why I could never see a Star Killer in the Force, in Star Wars because, I feel like he was just too overpowered, I feel like...
Oh, that shit is amazing, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was awesome because, well, that's what it is. It's a video game. You're supposed to feel, like, OP, And I feel like with Rey at the beginning, I feel like, there was no obstacles for her to jump. You have to have obstacles. Luke had obstacles.
Even in this one, she didn't really have an obstacle.
Yeah,
she beat Kylo midway through the guy who's known as the Jedi Killer against somebody who didn't train.
And they did like a whole what do you call? They did like a whole Indiana Jones type of we gotta look for this relic.
That shit was dumb. That shit was so dumb.
Yeah, that's what that
did
part.
They just throw in a random Palpatine son. Like, when did Palpatine fuck anybody?
Yeah, true.
Like, it was just weird, man. Like, you know what I like about Rey?
What's that?
She has amazing calves. Like, she does not skip leg day at all. That's really about it, honestly. I always notice her calves because they're just like, dude, they're huge. Have you ever seen her cat, like here? Not her cats, like this area right here, like around the calf area. Amazing. Flawless.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, well, dude, most of her costumes definitely show off a lot of her legs, and I actually don't mind that.
I don't know her. Daisy Ridley's a very attractive woman.
Yes, but actor was.
She's a good actress. She just needs better shit. Like,
yeah, she definitely doesn't need to be overpowered at all. That's the main reason I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna. I feel like they definitely, tried to, I still liked her in this more than anything. Out of all of her performances in the Star Wars universe so far. Now, I don't know what color that lightsaber was at the end. Was it orange or yellow?
It was like orangish yellow kind of around there. Yeah.
I feel like she shouldn't have been the first one to have the orange lightsaber. I feel like Plo Koon should have been the first one because he was the first one back in Jedi Power Battles. He actually had a orange lightsaber, and the one girl that Savage Opress killed, he rammed his horns into her stomach. When the pirates, it was like when Darth Maul and Savage were attacking the pirates on that one planet. She had in that game she had a red lightsaber. I was like, wow. I was like, you gave a Jedi a red lightsaber, you know that. But the kid's name was Riley Howell.
Oh, Riley.
Yeah, yeah. He saved all of his classmates, and he is now considered a Jedi. So
wait, was that at like a school shooting or something?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So what else? What else about the Rise of Skywalker that either had you on a gripe moment or kind of saved a little bit of the sequel trilogy for you?
I'm gonna just start off right off the rip with what I like because I'm about to go in on the shit I did not like.
Okay.
What did I like? I liked Poe and Finn a lot in this movie. They were funny.
Yeah.
The way they bounced off, the banter off of each other was funny.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they didn't make it weird outside of the films, because like I don't know if you saw Oscar Isaacs talking recently, but he was like, "Oh, Disney like had cold feet about making Poe and Finn gay lovers or some shit like that." Whatever, I don't care. Bottom line is, they played good and well off of each other.
Yeah. I would kind of see them as a dynamic duo more than gay lovers. Like, yeah. I wouldn't, I'm not the person where I'm like, no, I don't want that crap in Star Wars. Look at it. I am. Well, I was going to say, I was like, whoa. But they had the two girls kissing at the, I didn't mind that. I'm not like, oh. Yeah, it was like,
I mean, but who doesn't want to see two girls kiss? Even girls want to see two girls kiss, which is weird.
Yeah, well, look at I don't care if I see two guys kiss on TV screen either, because I'm not the type where I'm like, oh no, don't put that in my.
This one, it catches me off guard. Like I used to watch what's that Viola Davis movie where she's like the fucking college teacher or whatever, How to Get Away with Murder. Literally the second episode, like these two dudes are hanging out and they're just chilling. Out of nowhere, they just start going at each other. I'm like, oh, what? Yeah. Oh shit! Damn.
I think the most awkward thing in Rise of Skywalker was that ending kiss. I would think that was more awkward than if Finn and Poe kissed.
Bruh, literally, like it was just like, I wonder how many takes they did that kiss because it was like weird. It was just out of I felt like Adam Driver, being the type of actor he is, was like this literally makes no sense.
Yeah,
because he's like, it was like he kind of leaned in and stopped, and she was like. And stopped, and then they just went. It was weird. Yeah, it was like out of nowhere.
It was like that person who is learning how to drive and hits the gas and then hits the brake.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they finally just slam into the fucking to the dumpster.
Yeah, it was like what? But yeah, so I like Finn and Poe. Lando. I like Lando. I like Lando. Love that nigga.
You know
that is my guy, bro.
You know what I actually liked? That scene between Han Solo and
Kylo.
And Kylo, dude. I actually thought I was gonna cry at that moment. That was something that really, really, because it was literally something that was really sincere. Like they did the reshots of, hey, this is what happened in Force Awakens, except it played out a little bit differently. And and I didn't think that they were gonna even get Harrison Ford back for that. I was really, really surprised.
When I heard he was at the premiere, I was like, all right, he's in it.
Now they did confirm that I don't understand with the voices at the end with all the Jedi.
Obi-Wan. There was a couple.
Well, there were Jedi that I would understand that, hey, we're like, but at the same time, it's like, okay, so Rey's calling upon Jedi who haven't had the training from, the right people to become Force ghosts. Now, Ahsoka, what Qui-Gon Jinn went through, and trained.
No, I'm talking about who? Like who though?
Mace Windu.
Very true.
And they said Ahsoka isn't dead.
She's not dead?
She's not dead. Not Dave. Who said? Somebody said that.
Pablo Hidalgo.
Because everybody. Well, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, so this means that Ahsoka's dead," and they were like, "No, it doesn't mean she's dead." So it's like, all right.
Again, you're not using the fucking story group like you're supposed to.
Yeah,
that's so fucking annoying, dog.
Like, okay, well, then where is she? Why is she how is she giving? Oh, she's just like, oh, I'm on this planet. This girl over here, she needs help. What is this?
I hope they show that scene to use that sound effect.
Sounds like Peter Griffin when he's like he's using the onesie slippers and he's like
dog, literally you want to know exactly what Rise of Skywalker is? Rise of Skywalker is Peter Griffin when he's walking down the steps and he's like that's literally what Rise of Skywalker was, bro.
It hurts everywhere.
But I liked, what else did I like? Dog, the reveal that Leia got Jedi training.
Yes, dude.
The scene, bro, it was so
that
good.
Was awesome. That's what I'm saying. I want to like if they would have started The Force Awakens off with that,
like that, bro.
I would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. Like to see backstory in between the in betweens. I don't want to see the in betweens just in comics. Okay, that's where they got it all wrong. They need to stop filling up the fillers with comics and stuff like that. I want to see, this is not what they had back in the 80s and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. This is not what they did during,
You should be treating the movies like the original trilogy when they didn't have expanded material.
Yes. And dude, it was so awesome because it was like just seeing Mark Hamill young again, man. It was awesome. I was like...
They literally are sitting on a Luke Skywalker movie ready to be made because they got an actor who looks just like him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would love to.
No, they literally have a famous actor that looks just like him.
Really? What's his name?
Bucky, bro.
Oh, Bucky Barnes?
Yes, the nigga who plays. But what the fuck? Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
Looks just like him when he was young.
Yeah.
Dog, and it's like, that's a. All right, I'm gonna finish with what I like, so I just because I'm going on a rant. I'm telling you right now, I'm going on like a 10-minute rant.
I'm down for it, man.
All right, like Leia's training. What else did I like? I like Poe's past. Realizing his past, it kind of reminded me of Solo on what is it called? What planet was he on? Was he from? Corellia? Is that the planet he's from?
Corellia. I think I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, his past reminded me basically of Han Solo a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's weird because all right, did he have a little beef with his parents? Because we know from the comic books, his parents were fought for the rebellion. They were like well-known rebellion soldiers.
Well, that's what it is. It's like they kind of didn't give enough space for him to be a spice runner.
Yeah.
I feel like what they did was, hey, his parents were in the rebellion. He went to the resistance when he grew up. That's all. Now, just like I kind of didn't like
the reveal was kind of funny too, though.
I didn't like the whole entire Han Solo being a stormtrooper kind of ordeal.
Yeah.
That was weird because it's like, okay, you're shooting at people that were you fought with at one point. You know that they're human.
Yeah.
So now. I could see Poe being a spice runner. I would like to, I want a Poe and Finn show.
The reveal was so funny, bro. Finn was like, you used to be a spice runner? Didn't you used to be a stormtrooper?
Yeah. I would like that one girl, the one girl that looks like a bounty hunter.
You know who that is, right? Under the mask. Carrie Russell. That was Carrie Russell.
Really?
Yeah.
What? All right, so I would like to see her show up again.
Yeah, so Finn's not like John Boyega came out and said he's never doing Disney Plus.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Yeah, he's stupid because like, what movies have you been doing besides Star Wars? Like he was in Detroit, which was an amazing movie.
Attack on the Block.
I'm talking about post Star Wars though. Really, the only person who really been a couple people who've been popping like that outside of Star Wars, Adam Driver and Oscar Isaacs.
Yeah.
They're the only ones.
Adam Driver's such a good actor.
But yeah, he's like I think I was talking to you about Marriage Story, man. Marriage Story. It's one of my favorite films of the year. Honestly, it's one of those movies that's like always like every year. It's always a movie that just like it's not necessarily my favorite of the year,
but it's so good. Like
it goes into my pantheon of just all time films. Like I think that film is there for me.
Yeah,
like Scarlett Johansson and him. Oh my god, man, that movie's just fucking phenomenal. But
yeah.
But yeah, so likes, I think I got all my likes out. If I think of anything during my rant I'm about to go on right now, I'll think of anything. What the fuck, bro? How the fuck are y'all going to bring Palpatine back with no explanation? Just, I'm here, I'm doing evil. Nigga, they gave no fucking explanation. It's just, I'm here.
The problem was they started off the title crawl with Emperor Palpatine is back. That was so...
dumb.
It was so dumb, out of the ordinary. You know, I would have understood if it was, Palpatine, being worked on. You know, he was basically, in the process of being revived. And Snoke was back. Snoke was the one pulling the strings. It shouldn't have never been Palpatine. It should have never been Palpatine. Even though I would love to see Palpatine return because it happened in the expanded universe. Yeah. But it happened totally different. And
basically, the body you see Palpatine in is the Palpatine you saw in Jedi. His body never got destroyed. And it's like, what? This nigga fell 30 stories and we saw an explosion.
And we saw his life force just shoot out the vents and stuff like that.
It would have been cool if they would have explained, maybe if he figured out a way to open a portal or some shit.
Yeah.
And that's what he basically, the force bond he uses on. But it's like, even that wouldn't make sense. It's a lot of shit with him that didn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. They should have brought in somebody else to play Palpatine, even though.
And aren't all the Sith dead?
Yeah.
Besides him? Who are all those niggas in the stadium?
That's what I'm saying. They didn't answer that either. They didn't answer. Now, I don't know if they were Sith acolytes, or people that were, worship.
I even heard somebody that said it was basically he was creating a vision to freak Rey out, but it's like, it didn't freak her out. Yeah. So why are you still doing it?
She was still paying attention to the main guy sitting in the wheelchair that shouldn't have never been there.
And then it's like, I like the reveal of her being a Palpatine. I like that.
Yeah.
Especially, that's another thing I like, when she thought she killed Chewie with the Force lightning. That was cool.
I honestly thought he was really dead.
I did too.
Yeah, I would actually didn't.
I wouldn't have minded if he died that way.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, because I hate everything about. I hate everything about you. No, I'm really about to make a mock-up video of that shit. Just a whole bunch of scenes of Ray with that song. But yeah, that was cool. But it's like, and I like the reveal of her being a Palpatine.
Yeah.
But literally, this should have been something you guys did in the last movie. And I'm just about to go to my overall problem with this whole sequel trilogy. The fact that it is completely obvious. I don't give a fuck what Kathleen Kennedy says. I don't give a fuck what Bob Iger says. I don't give a fuck what any of them niggas say. You didn't have a fucking plan.
No.
You didn't have somebody to come in, structure shit, and be like, okay, this. They should have had a Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige, the reason why Marvel has not gone off the rails in over 10 years of films is because they had somebody shepherding the story.
They should have had.
That doesn't. We're not doing that. We're doing that.
They have a Feige. They have Filoni. Why didn't they have Filoni doing this?
See, I'm going to go Favreau now.
I would have, dude, Favreau, Feige, and Filoni together. Yeah. Dude, you have Favreau doing,
dog, the 4 F Horsemen. Yo! Oh my God, the 4 Horsemen, bro. Filoni, Feige, and Favreau.
That's 3.
You just had to roll.
But yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. You had, and with Kathleen, that's what I'm saying. The last video that I'm pretty sure we covered, Kathleen Kennedy came out and said that we don't have the stuff to, you do.
You do.
You did. You just chose to try and do it on your own. And look, you should have never took the baby wheels off your bike, because that
crashed
was,
and burned.
yeah, you really crashed that bike and you got scraped up pretty good. You went from, hey, let me go ride on this road to, hey, let me go down this hill. Hey, let me, try to get back up and my leg's broken.
It was just a lot of things that didn't make sense. Honestly, I wouldn't. They should have just let Leia die in the last movie. Because her, and look, this is I'm not coming at Carrie Fisher or anything like that, but the way they edited her scenes literally made no sense. Like, she was just saying shit, and then it was like they tried to write dialogue around the shit she was saying, and it just felt forced.
And that's what it is like, I can never watch the sequel trilogy again with looking at Leia Poppins flying through space. That's something that I couldn't get behind. I really, I'm trying to, when I finished The Rise of Skywalker, I said, hey, this movie kind of makes The Last Jedi bearable. But now that it's sitting,
Oh, they killed Greg Grunberg's character, too.
Who's that?
That was the motherfucker, the heavyset bull with the beard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, when he died, I was like, oh, you saw this nigga Poe's face. He was like...
Yeah.
He took a minute. That was that nigga, bro.
Well,
I was like,
there's some stuff where I'm like, okay, they went too drastic with the Force powers. I feel like I feel like they needed to take the time to understand the Force in order for them to actually use the Force.
Like, they were using the fucking Palpatine, just using that Force light. Like, what the fuck?
Like, I could, like, all right, we've seen crazier stuff in Legends, but at the same time is, like, Darth Nihilus sucking the planet's life force. That's only because he was a Force apparition. He was an embodiment of the Force. That's why he could do it, because he literally craved the Force. He craved life. Palpatine, he's just shooting lightning because before he could shoot lightning. Why? What the?
Hey guys, you remember him shooting lightning? He could shoot mega light. This nigga was doing Kamehameha moves, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They turned it into Dragon Ball Z.
That shit was so, and it just made me mad. And it was like, but then like it would show Kylo when he was fighting the Knights of Ren, and we still have no explainer for who the Knights of Ren are at all. They just were there
in the comics, of course. The comics, they actually are they're Force users, but they don't abide. They're the dark. They feed off the dark side, kind of. Gotcha. Now they were led by a guy who carried a lightsaber. Now that's something I wanted to see. I wanted to see. Last Jedi was supposed to fill in these questions, and that's you can't put all the blame on JJ. JJ definitely tried to save something, but I feel like
you ready? You ready for this?
What's up?
Hot take. I'm not gonna put the blame on Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson went in and directed the film that he agreed with the studio to make. As a filmmaker, I can't be mad at him. Yeah. I can dislike his story and the things he chose to do, but people that get mad at him for the overall Star Wars, no, you can't get mad at a nigga for coming in and making the film they told him to make. Yeah. Like, people forget, they were happy with his movie. It wasn't like they were like, oh, we don't like this, but we had... No,
JJ should have definitely been behind him. And
they greenlit his sequel trilogy because they thought Last Jedi was going to pop like that.
Yeah. I don't know, though. Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy are both kind of contradicting themselves, saying, hey, we're not doing this format anymore with the trilogies. But then Bob Iger came out and was like, oh, yeah, I can't wait for the next trilogy. But that's what it is. The next trilogy shouldn't, like, honestly, it should definitely be something more than what we got. Because I feel like what we got was a ramen noodle bowl filled with SpaghettiOs.
We ain't even get the fucking ramen noodles you gotta cook on the stove. We got the cup, bro.
Oh, dude. And the cup was cooked in the microwave. And
like, the first cup was chicken, the second cup was shrimp, and then the third cup was like some new flavor they made that was just some bullshit.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The only thing that was even consistent throughout the trilogy was Kylo.
Yeah.
I feel like his character, that's what I'm saying. He's the best character, and, it's supposed to be a story surrounded by the Skywalkers. So I guess they did fulfill what they were supposed to do, but at the same time it wasn't cohesive. Nothing was sticking. And even in my brain, I'm like, dude, I was so torn. There's stuff I hate, there's stuff I like. Just like with The Force Awakens. There's stuff I hate, and there's stuff I like. I just, with these movies, I feel like they need to answer the questions more. And think about what they're doing. think about what you're putting on that paper. Think about what you're filming for the next time.
Have a plan. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So one last thing I think we should cover is Darth Maul Disney Plus show, possibly.
Is that a thing?
People are saying that's what they're saying.
I don't want it.
You don't want it?
I don't want it.
Yeah, same. That's how I feel about it. I feel like
they finished his story.
His story is definitely told. That's what I'm saying. We're supposed to get the rest of his story.
You want to tell the story, the gap between from Solo to Rebels? Do it in the Solo show. I'd rather have a Solo show than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He should be like an outside, kind of like what's the dude, the Dark Man from not the Dark. I think it's the Dark Man from Mass Effect, like the guy that's pulling the strings from the behind, and it shouldn't be Solo to take him out. Well, not even take him out. I mean, to knock him off his high horse.
Solo Han can never have any if you're going to do anything young Han Solo, I think I told you this over the phone too. Yeah. You can't have him witness any type of Force anything, because he is a outright disbeliever of that shit up until he sees Luke and Obi-Wan. Yeah. And that's literally, you cannot. And that's, if they ever do that, then that's when I'm just going to say, all right, canon's done.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I feel like if they're going to do anything, they should definitely do a Mace Windu Disney Plus.
I would rather that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a character that, he was kind of left open-ended. Definitely left open-ended.
See, it's a character that I've been craving for more from, and I know her story is done, but I want to see more because I think she's one of the best Star Wars characters out there, and she's definitely the best female character, and that's Asajj Ventress, man. I want to see more from her. They can even do the Dark Disciples book. They even go on missions. Her and Quinlan go on like missions that they don't mention in the book because like time passed. They could do like a little. I don't even need to see Quinlan. I just want to see something with her about her, turn from the dark side and shit like that. Even show something like.
What if the Mace Windu show had Asajj in it?
I would like it, but I want her own shit.
Yeah,
like
I understand. Yeah, because dude, Asajj is probably one of my favorite. Besides Ahsoka. I'm a
and it's
big
crazy.
Ahsoka fan.
I hated Ahsoka when it.
Of course, dude,
Sky Guy.
Dude, when I first watched the movie, I was kind of young. I still
still thought that shit was trash.
I was like, dude, this kind of isn't it wasn't an interesting story. Yeah. But as the Clone Wars series went on, it was sticking, man. It was like, dude, man, this is a character that I want to see more of. And I'm glad that we're going to see, I want to see the ending of her story. I definitely want to see an ending to Ahsoka. I want to see.
Yeah, Ahsoka, Sabine, like they have literally a story thread hanging out there, like.
Yeah.
So that was our
last but not least. What do you think about what's going to happen in season 2 of The Mandalorian?
Season 2 of Mando, Boba.
Boba? Do you think? Boba. Well, what if Boba ends up with the Darksaber?
I think the Mando's going to end up with it, honestly.
I feel like if anybody should have it, should be.
I feel you, but I think it's more so. I think what they're going to do is they're going to replace Boba Fett with this guy. And it's going to be dope because unlike what Rise of Skywalker did, just having, before we even fucking go to that, hold up. We're going back to Rise of Skywalker real quick. You're just going to take somebody's fucking name? Yeah. Oh my God. I'm sorry. My God.
That's what I'm saying. You're not a Skywalker. You never were a Skywalker. Just because people... They didn't even take you under their wing, basically. They just, like, even Luke Skywalker was like...
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, come on.
No, like, the only person that really did take Leia, because she trained her. Yeah. That's the only person that really did, but that doesn't mean you take her fucking name. Yeah. Like, yo, she did that. No matter of fact, Leia, she doesn't even go by Skywalker. She goes by Organa. Yeah. That's where it's like, what are you doing? Like
that would have... I would have understood if she took Organa more than anything.
And then you're just going to have them waving like, yeah, take my fucking name. I don't care. Yeah, you're not even going to show Kylo?
Yeah. Not even show Kylo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
what? Like, dog, oh my God. Like, I like when she buried the lightsaber. Everything up until that point at the end was fine. I liked it. Like, the whole... when she buried the lightsabers together, that was cool. Yo, Leia's lightsaber was so fucking fire.
Yeah,
bro. Her saber was so fire.
The problem is that, with canon in Star Wars, we don't know what makes an orange lightsaber or a yellow lightsaber.
Facts.
You know, all of a sudden she just like I would have understood if they kind of showed her.
So is it double wielded? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but it's just gonna have to wrap it up for me because I can't talk about the Rise of Skywalker. I'll get a migraine.
But back to Mando. I think what I was saying. I think Mando is going to end up somehow being the ruler of Mandalore. Somehow, I think he's going to reinstitute a new Mandalore.
I would like that. I would like because we don't know the fate of.
And I think Homegirl going to set him up.
Gianna.
The
other
other Mandalorian.
Okay.
I think Boba's going to come back and she's going to align with Boba.
Yeah, well, you know what? I wouldn't even mind if that, they kind of settle their differences. Boba doesn't have to die. I feel
I need that. I need that same scene with him and that Boba and Homeboy had. What the fuck is his name? My favorite bounty hunter in Star Wars.
Cad Bane.
Yeah. That nigga, bruh. And we never really got that scene live action. It's just the animatics and shit like that. It's still fire.
Well, I think they're gonna add that in, but
yeah, but I need that fucking scene. Just them, the old Western draw.
Well, what if they cut that out and here it's Cad Bane that's actually alive and it's not Boba?
That would be dope.
That would be crazy. I would be like, oh.
Because Cad Bane to me reminds me the most of it. What his design is literally a Western guy.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He wears the hat,
the duster.
The duster.
Dude,
he just everything that he does, especially the spinning moves. He kind of reminded me of the character from the Old Republic where he's doing the spinning moves and he's shooting down at the Sith troopers. Yeah, I'd keep it open ended. I wouldn't mind if it was Cad Bane. And, and Boba Fett wasn't alive because that's what I'm saying. We loved Boba for him being mysterious and
they can still keep him mysterious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
even if they don't kill him, I would like to spin that off because again, I keep having my idea. They are sitting on a Boba Fett movie in the style of Dread. Bruh.
Yes.
Where he's like he has to work his way out of somewhere, like he's in a confined space.
And I would love to see him in like kind of like his
or like you said in Coruscant, he's on the lower levels and he has to work his way up to get back to the top.
Yes.
Dog, that would be so sick.
Yes, and I would love to see him in kind of like a what they were gonna do in 1313.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it would be awesome. We'll see though. We'll see because I that's what I'm saying. I hope they don't kill him off.
And I think Gina Carano is going to be revealed to be a spy for the Republic, and I think we're going to get some type of Jedi figure.
Okay. Well, we'll see because I feel like we won't.
Maybe even Ahsoka.
Baby Yoda is going to be Baby Yoda for a good amount of time. Until Mandalorian's long gone.
So do you still think they're going to be like a duo, given that he's basically his dad now, kind of?
Who?
Mando. He's Baby Yoda's like
dad. Yeah,
now,
considered in Mandalorian race. Yeah, well, culture. I feel like they're a dynamic duo. I feel like they'll keep.
That's what I'm saying.
That.
I think they're going. That would be sick, bro. And if he gets a lightsaber,
dude, Baby Yoda just lifts somebody up, throws them up in the air, and the fucking Mando just.
So that would honestly, like I said, I was telling I was talking to Tony about this the other day because he was telling me, he was like, "How the fuck are you not going to go see Rise of Skywalker and you do a Star Wars podcast?" And my response was, "Why would I get my fat ass up to go to a movie to see some shit I don't want to see when I can sit at home and watch something I actually want to see?"
Yeah,
that they're actually treating me as a fan. They're not looking down on me for being a longtime fan. You feel me?
Yes.
And not shitting on the things that I love.
And that's what it is. If Disney definitely needs to treat their fans a little bit better. I feel like they
do it with Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now Favreau and Filoni treat their fans the way they're supposed to be treated. There's just some people just say the wrong things.
Like you don't see Ahsoka taking over from Anakin. Ahsoka builds to the character of Anakin, and Anakin builds to the character of Ahsoka. Mm-hmm. And Filoni, that's a character that he created. That's why she's always in his shit. That's why I'm predicting she might be the Jedi figure we see next season. But
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, you don't see him adding in a female character, tearing down male characters to build up the female character.
Yeah,
he found a way to interject her into the story of Anakin, building him up and him building her up. same thing with her coming into Rebels.
Yeah.
They didn't like downgrade her character to build up Kanan and Ezra and them.
No,
she
yeah.
added to their story and they
Yes.
added to her story.
Yes.
Like the fact that Kanan somehow become one with like existed. He reincarnation. He reincarnated into a wolf, right?
Yes, he
So
did.
so it's like
That's what I'm saying. Everything is supposed to, like, if you're adding stuff on, it shouldn't feel like you're blocking off the river with a dam. You know,
Facts.
it should feel like it's flowing with it. Okay, you know, it should never feel like, hey, this story's stopping and that person's story's continuing.
And if
You know?
anybody's voice we should have heard in that, I would have taken Mace Windu out and put Kanan in there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It should have been Anakin. Just Anakin.
Yeah.
I feel like because he's the chosen one, and he's like, you know, you basically, you know, it's not, you have to continue, you know, what I started. Something
Yeah.
that Kylo said, you know, this is, you know, this is what, you know, it's not what, like, you know, not just Palpatine was the person speaking to Kylo. It was actually Anakin as well. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of stuff in the Force Awakens. The Rise of Skywalker. I'm about to start talking.
So you know, Finn is confirmed Force sensitive.
Yes, he should be a Kyle Katarn.
Apparently, he was the thing he was going to tell Rey was that he was Force sensitive. That he wanted.
They should have just said that then. But no, they're now they're gonna do some more comic books. I don't know.
More comics.
Like,
that's fine with me.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I love comic books. I love me and you go on comic book, you know, binges sometimes here and there. But
Ooh,
I just feel like a lot of
reading Doomsday Clock.
Oh yeah, dude, how is that? Good. All right. Well, we'll have to talk about that off screen.
or shameless plug on another show called Extendo Clip.
Woo! All right.
First episode coming Tuesday.
So, I think that should wrap it up.
Yes,
we did
sir.
go for a good minute.
Yeah, almost an hour.
All right.
So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Star Wars Sunday. Episode's gonna be posted up on YouTube. Don't forget that we're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Anchor, and pretty much any other place where you can find podcasts. So yeah, tune in. You got any things you got coming up and want to say about?
Well, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns,
And we're gonna work on trying to getting something done at Galacticon. We're gonna see what's up with that.
yes, we should definitely try and work for a panel.
Even if we don't have like an official panel, you'll see us there.
Yeah.
So,
All
of our Delaware, Middletown-based people, we're going to be at Galacticon.
I definitely want to get up, you know, shirts made up, maybe, you know, something on, you know, light, you know, maybe some business cards as well,
Mm-hmm.
you know, something that we can hand out, get the voices heard, you know, and so they can hear us. You know, I feel like you know, they should be the voices that people should be hearing.
And not Ryan Johnson's.
Good.
But yeah, thank you for tuning in again. Yeah, peace.
Peace.